it's me, Nevaeh, and I'm here to show you how to romanticize your spring if you want to poof it up a little. Before we get into it, I'm just going to give you a little fit check because I'm really proud of this and I need help. Should I wear it with my little Squirtle bag? Like, does this add to it? Honestly, first thing I want to say is I really recommend living on Pinterest. And by that I mean, I make certain boards where I have one that's called seasonal goals. Throughout it, I just like add pictures that like give the spring things I want to do, and then I'll just like scroll through it when I'm like bored and I'll be like, I want to do this. So I recommend doing that, as well as I have a seasonal fits board, which is just certain fits that give like spring energy or summer energy, stuff like that I just go through whenever I need an outfit inspiration. And then for music, I've told all my friends to do this and they've all done it and they love it and they do it as well. But on Spotify, make a playlist for each season. Like, have like a spring playlist, a summer playlist, a winter playlist, and a fall playlist. And if you ever hear music, you'll start noticing it more once you start having those playlists. But you'll be like, this gives fall or this gives spring. And you'll just add it to the playlist, and then once it's spring, you just play that playlist and it automatically puts you in the place you want to be. So let's get into the video. And also, these are all my opinions. If you have any other good recs for spring, like, put them down in the comments because I love seeing them. I love hearing them. I love living seasonally. And honestly, it brightens my mood to live like seasonally, where you just do things when it's around the time. And it makes you feel more present in moments, in my opinion. First, we're going to talk about activities. And I think the first thing you can do really is like picnics. Picnics are so spring. You just like get together with all your friends. You can each bring like one item and then it'll still be like a picnic. It doesn't have to be like extravagant. And then while you're at the picnic, you can make like flower crowns, like with your besties, all wear them together. Maybe you could make one for your friend and then your friend makes one for you. Like, it's a cute little activity. And if you want to learn how to make them, literally just look it up on TikTok or on YouTube and they have great tutorials. It's actually not that hard. And then if you don't want to make flower crowns, but you still want to do an activity at the picnic, or just in general, crochet. Now, I love crocheting. It just lets you like enhance your wardrobe. If you want to like make stuffed animals, you can make stuffed animals. If you want to make clothes, you can make clothes. If you need to have like a little bag, you can make a bag. There's so many things you could do with crochet. It is limitless. I'm going to show you some of my crochet things that I've made. So the first actual project I ever made was this strawberry hat, which is like so incredibly spring. So this is like very beginner friendly. Like, I did this when I was garbage. And then I have another bucket hat that is a fall one, so not really spring vibes, but for all you alt girls, I wear this all the time. It is so cute. And I also made this butterfly top that was like all over TikTok. Very cute. And then something that's personally changed my life that I think all of you should try, even if you just like do it like once a month. Read a book. It is so fun to just escape into another reality. It's like you can focus on other people's problems instead of your own stresses in life, and it's just like so comforting, depending on the book. Some books are not comforting, but for spring specifically, I would recommend like Jane Austen, like Emma, which is about like a matchmaker that matchmakes all her friends. It's really cute. I don't know, if you want specific spring records, I recommend looking up like on YouTube, just doing like book spring recommendations. And this book isn't specifically spring related, but if you've never read this book, please read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This literally changed my life. I bawled to this book because of how good it was, and it was just so heartwarming. There's LGBTQ representation in this. It's like old Hollywood, her telling her story. Like, it's so good. Just read this. The next thing you could do is paint. Also, something you could do at picnics. You could have like a little paint picnic date, or you could do like that TikTok trend where they like paint something for a minute and then they swap it with their friend, and then their friend gets the painting back, and then they paint for a minute on this while their friend paints on their painting for a minute, and you do that like for swapping for a certain amount of time. That also sounds fun. You could do watercolors, you could do oil paints, you could do, there's so much art media forms, I don't even know. And then one thing that I always connect with spring is flowers or gardening. You can either take on like actually taking care of flowers or plants, or you can make bouquets, or you can go to flower festivals, because usually during spring they have like tulip festivals and other types of flower festivals. I'm not really sure what flowers are like specifically spring in your area, but if you literally just Google like on that like flower festivals, there will be one. I almost always promise. You can also go looking for like cherry blossom, because in my area there's like a whole bunch around this year and they're so pretty to just like go at. Also is a good photo spot if you do find one. Now, geocaching. I think this could be a great summer thing as well, but when spring like starts getting like good weather again, I think geocaching is like the perfect way to start it. Basically, I don't remember what website, I'll put it on the screen, but basically you go to those locations and they have like these like little hidden like jars or areas where there'll be like something with like little items in it, and you put like an item in it, and then you like can like write your name on it and see like all the past people that have been there. And I'm pretty sure you could take one item from it as well if you bring an item, even if you just like want to do it on your own. It's like a cute little side quest, you know. Then jewelry making. Now you can make like those like string friendship bracelets, which you can look up on TikTok like tutorials of them, and they're pretty easy. Some of them can get complicated, or you could do rainbow loom, I guess. I haven't seen that in the longest time. I don't know if anyone still likes that, but I think that's less cute. Or you could do those cute little like beaded tiny bead ones, which are really cute. Those wire ones. You could also do like the clay rings. I saw that was like really popular last year, I think. I never did them, and I heard they kind of break easy. Along with clay, you can also do pottery. I feel like this is also a good summer thing, but if you're like getting into the warmer times of spring, I feel like pottery is like such a cute thing to do with your friends as well. Everything is cute to do with your friends, honestly. I don't know why I keep saying that. But you can do just like the homemade like air dry clay pottery, or you can go into like a studio, set an appointment. You can make like cups, you can make plates, you can make vases, you can make so many things with clay. Yeah. Then you can also do like cute spring themed journaling, or like the coquet kind of ones where you have like the lipstick prints on it. I think that's so spring, the coquet aesthetic. I don't know if that's just a me thing. Or you can write someone a letter. I know old fashioned, boring, blah, but I swear if I ever got a letter in my life, it would be so heartfelt to me and I would keep it forever and ever. And I know someone else will feel the exact same way. So if you know someone else in your life that would like appreciate a letter, I really suggest writing one that's just like heartfelt from the heart. Or it could be like silly, funny, goofy, like literally it'll make someone's day, I promise. And along with that, there's another thing I saw on TikTok recently that you just like write like little notes on like little pieces of paper, and you leave them places for like strangers to read, like make a wish, or like you look beautiful today, or like stuff like that, where it's just really cute. Like imagine a stranger finding that, and I feel like that'd be so adorable. I don't know why I keep doing this, I'm sorry, this is my habit. Then baking. Everyone's got to eat every day, so why not make it spring themed? You can also do like spring food. I'm not really sure what like fruits or plants are seasonal. And then as for like what to bake, scones like in like homemade jam, that'd be so cute. Those like strawberry cakes, I don't know, just look up on Pinterest like spring recipes and literally so much stuff will pop out. Or like spring aesthetic food. The last activity I have to suggest is just redoing your phone and making it spring themed. I did this last year. I've been too lazy to do it yet this year, but I still might do it, or might wait till summer and then do it summer themed. But I swear, changing your phone screen to like whatever seasonal theme it is, it puts you in the mindset of it so well. Like, cause you look at your phone all the time, and if you're looking at something that's just giving you those vibes, it just automatically connects to your brain. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not a psychologist, but like, you know. And now we're gonna talk about movies and shows. So first off, and with an E, it's on Netflix. I think it's ended, so be warned. Basically it's about this girl who's like living like way in the past. I don't know the era. Basically it's a lot about like fighting against misogyny and like things that like people struggled with back in the time a lot. And she's like actually saying things. She's like a very like quirky, sparky girl. But I'm so bad at explaining. This does not make it sound good. It's a good show, I promise. There's also a book series correlated with it if you really enjoy it. And then for animated shows, Bee and Puppycat, which is on YouTube fully. I know, like, oh, I don't want to watch my show on YouTube, but trust me, bro, it is worth it. I think it only takes like 2 hours to finish the whole thing, so you could finish it in one day. It is so aesthetically pleasing. It's about a girl and her puppy cat, which is a dog cat type vibe, you know, and it's just so cute. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like magical realism. Or maybe not even realism, it's just magical. And then if you like anime, Or on High Host Club. I haven't watched a lot of anime, so I'm not like the best one to give you like, oh, this anime is so spring vibe, but that's the only anime that I like genuinely watch over and over again, like every springtime. And it's like about this host club that like does like tea parties and like other stuff like that basically get this girl as one of their host club members. Yeah, it's just cute. It's cute and it's so heartwarming. It's very much more like filler. Like, it's not like very plot driven, but it's still really good. And then if you just like want a casual show to toss on your TV, like just in the background of things, New Girl. I know it's also not like specifically just spring, but trust me, it just, I don't know, it gives light energy, and I feel like spring is just such a light type of shows and movies for me. Yeah, it's just about this girl that moves into this apartment with like these 3 boys and like all their like little funny moments and stuff like that. It's very like witty, like quick humor. It's like a Friends type show where you just like watch like all the episodes, and like you don't have to watch them in order. You can just like watch random one and you'll still enjoy it. Let's talk about movies. Okay, so the first 2 are Studio Ghibli films. The first one is Secret World of Variety, and Secret World of Variety is about this like tiny little people, this tiny family that basically lives in like the plants and stuff like that, and they're very like 4G, and they go into this big house, and she has interactions with this like sick boy. It's very cute, very heartwarming. And then the other Studio Ghibli film, I would say it's springish, is Howl's Moving Castle. I really think you can watch any Studio Ghibli film and be happy with it, I'm not gonna lie, but Howl's Moving Castle has a special place in my heart. It's about this girl named Sophie who basically is like, she's basically turned into like an old woman, and she hitches a ride with this Howl's Moving Castle, and she ends up being like the housemaid. There's like such cute characters like Calcifer, Howl. He gave iffy for me, but I know a lot of people love him. And all Studio Ghibli films are on HBO Max. And then Princess Diaries. I don't know what this is on, so don't ask me. You'd have to look into that yourself. This is about a girl, which I think is played by Anne Hathaway, who's basically just like a normal teenage girl, but then she's pulled up and she has to be like a princess, and so it's like her training to be a princess the whole time, and it's like silly, funny. It's like just like a basic like classic 2000s movie. And then 16 Candles. This is on Hulu, and I think also HBO Max if you have one of those. 16 Candles is about this girl who basically it's her birthday, and no one's reacting that it's her birthday at all. And she's like, okay, well, do they actually remember my birthday, or is this like none of them remember? She has like this romance with like these 2 boys. One's like her best friend, and the other one is just I don't remember where she meets him, but it's just like her like going through that emotional turmoil. It's a 90s movie, I'm pretty sure. It's really good. And then if you just like want a Disney movie, Alice in Wonderland, obviously Disney Plus. I don't know if it's on anything else. It's about this girl who is basically brought into like a whole new world. It's very magical. And then Flipped. I read this book and I watched the movie. The book was cute. It's very like middle grade though, so if you don't like middle grade, don't read it. Basically it's about this girl who has this crush on her next door neighbor, and she's always trying to do like things to impress him, but he's just like, ew, like I don't like her. And then it's like it's a very like coming of age story. It's very like cute, wholesome, and it'll melt your heart and break your heart all at the same time. And he just like doesn't understand her motives as a person and doesn't give her a chance for a long time. And then when he gives her the chance, you know, maybe it's too late or maybe it's not too late, you know? And that's all the movies and shows I have to talk about. So the last section we're gonna talk about is music. I should be a singer. So the first person I'd recommend that gives the most spring vibes to me is Clairo. Now, I think some of her music can give winter, but some of it gives spring, and the certain songs I think give the most spring are Sophia by her. It's a gay love song. Love it. Bags. And then the last one I would say is How Demo. If you want some more spring vibes, Cave Town. No. Now, some of his music can give extremely fall vibes, but I think the other portion of it gives spring. And the specific songs I think give the most spring is Banana Bread and Talk to Me February 14th, which is just like a sad Valentine's Day song. I listened to that song all Valentine's Day. Love it. And then if you want like a more mainstream singer, Billie Eilish I feel like has good spring songs. Her whole like Happier Than Ever album I think is just completely spring. Could be summer, some of them as well, but I think the majority of them give spring for me. And also her song TV is also really good I think for. And then I would recommend Laffy, which is like princess core. All of her music is princess core. Like it makes you feel like ethereal almost. It's so hard to explain it. A girl told me that some of her songs reminded her of me, and it literally like, hey, that's the best riz that you could ever have. The first song I would recommend is Magnolia, which is just like about like a beautiful girl. Like how can I compete with her? She's like so beautiful and pretty, and it's so good. And then Valentine, which is also another Valentine's Day song. And then Wish You Love, which is just about like letting go of someone but like just wishing them love, you know? Bee. I think this fits with all like the cocaine downtown girlies. But the ones I specifically think are the whole Beatopia album, I think gives spring. As well as she has a song with Cave Town, the person I mentioned earlier, that's Fall in Love with a Girl, which is just like why would someone ever need to fall in love with a man? They could just fall in love with a girl, you know? Because girls are so pretty and beautiful. The Glue song I think is also very spring. Her most popular song, The Perfect Pair, that gives very cocaine energy. Alrighty, that's all I have for my recommendations. I hope you found something that you want to do. I hope I helped you a tiny bit, at least gave you at least one new idea that you didn't have before. If I didn't, I'm sorry. If you have more than what I said, write them in the comments. Help each other out, help me out if you want to. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe doing another video like this, but talking about like fashion styles and like hair, nails, you know, makeup, but I don't know if I'll do it. I'll definitely try to do another one of these in summer. Yeah, sorry, I said a lot. I don't know what's wrong. You are loved. I hope you have a good night, day, morning, whatever time it is, and that's all. Goodbye.